Welcome to Messy Friday. This is going to be such fun today. I'm going to once again use my watercolor set. Let me just put my little books aside. Can you see I made the cover of the one from yesterday? This one bright. This one I used pens and that one paint. Put them one side on top next to my little crooked house, and I think I just love this house. I wonder if the furniture's crooked inside and if the couch will wobble and the table, if everything will slide off from being crooked. What do you think, boys and girls? Today we're going to make a picture by painting one side of a piece of paper. I've taken a paper, small piece here, and I folded it in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my watercolors, this lovely set of mine that I got as a present. I'm going to take that. I'm using that so much. I must be careful, it'll be finished one of these days. But I would have got a lot of pleasure out of it. Because in life, if you get a present, it is an absolute blessing. So this is my blessing, and because it's a blessing, I think I have so much fun using it. All these beautiful colors here come out of my blessing. Isn't that wonderful? So this piece of paper, I'm only going to use, this looks like a card which we folded. I'm going to put another one aside here. So it's folded. I'm going to open it. I'm only going to put paint on this side. So I'm going to get my paintbrush. And I just love this color. Every time I use a color, I think, oh, this is my favorite color. But I don't know if you can see. I think you can. I'm putting quite a lot of water on. Then I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to take some blue, I think, and I'm going to put it there. Again, I'm going to use a lot of water. And then I think I'm going to take some green over there. And now I've got half a page. I'm going to take the pages, I'm going to close them, and I'm going to rub it down. Rub, rub, rub. I've made a little bit of a mess there. Get a wet wipe out. There we go, so it doesn't go on the card. I guess that's why it's Messy Friday. Now I'm going to open it and look at that. Is that not magnificent? Do you think this is going to be a moth or a butterfly? I think I see a moth with big eyes. But because it's now still wet, I'm going to put it aside to dry. And in the meantime, I've got another one I want to make. And I'm hoping to do this one maybe a bit differently. But we'll have to see what happens. So I'm going to take my brush. I'm clean it off. And I still use my milk bottle I cut in half for my water. I'm going to make sure I leave a lot of water on my brush so that there's a lot of paint to soak in. So this time, let me decide. I think I want some yellow. I want some orange. Can you see? I'm just putting big splotches of it, but I don't know if I made it wet enough. We'll have to see. And wash the brush. And let me see. I'll have this one here. And then, because this is my favorite color of all, I'm going to put some spots. and see what happens. So now I'm going to close it, soak my brush, give it a good squash, let's open it up. And this one didn't work so well, and you know why, boys and girls? I didn't put enough water on the brush, but that's not a problem. I'm going to go back and I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to put more yellow on with a little bit more water this time, and maybe I should work a bit faster. There's my orange, it's still nice and wet. Please don't dry so fast under the light. There we go. Don't dry, don't dry, don't dry. I'm going to go spots, spots, spots of this color that I love so much. There we go. Now let's see what happens here now. Let's hope. Hold thumbs, hold thumbs, hold thumbs. Are you holding thumbs for me? And I'm squashing, squashing. Please go through. Are you holding thumbs? I'm going to hold my breath and see what happens. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Isn't that not beautiful? And I think I see a butterfly here. So this one I'm going to set aside to dry. And this one is dry. Is that not just too beautiful? So this is a water wash. It's watercolors. So this is a water wash with a doodle. Now, boys and girls, I'm getting so excited. I almost lost my pen. Again, I'm going to use my fine pen. It's got a little tip. It's nice jelly paint. And look at this. Does this piece here, let me see if I can get closer for you. Can you see there? Let me see if I made it too close. There we go. Can you see this piece here, boys and girls? Does that not look an eye? So any shape you see on your paint, you see what you can see in your eyes. So I think that this is a moth maybe, and I'm doodling on eyes, all these little lines, and I'll do the same across this one. So this is our doodle watercolor insects. If I look at these splashes here, I'm going to go over the side. There we go. Because this to me looks like little feelers or little legs. So it won't be legs coming off the head. Little feelers there. Look how beautiful. So as you see the little lines, I'm taking my pen and I'm going across them. And so I think that's his head. And this is its body. So this to me is all over the edges. I'm going to go down onto this one. That's his wing, and here comes his body down here. See, there's his tail, and there it comes up. So now this one, here's the wing. Down it goes. And here's the bottom wing. There we go. And I can doodle in it now. If I want to, I can just make little lines. There we go. So I think that's a stunning moth, but I think he needs some little circles, little doodles. So we're doing a watercolor print with a doodle finish. And on this one, I think he also needs a few doodles, and I wonder what we'll do. Maybe we must go along like that, just like his wing is, and we do little shapes. So as I see his wing, I'm making a very loose little doodle shape. And there's his body, and there's his body, and that's the middle of it. So don't you think we now have the most beautiful moth in the whole wide world. Can you see that? So that is our watercolor. So it's watercolor, and we've doodled, but we first printed it, didn't we? We put ink, watercolor on one side and we closed it. You can do it with ink as well and different paints. So it's a watercolor and we closed it. So we made a print and we doodled on it. So it's a watercolor, print and doodle. Can you see there? And there we have our magnificent moth. Oh my goodness. You could fold it that way as a card and the person would open it and say, oh, look at this. You can glue it on somewhere as a book cover and cover it in plastic. There's so much you can do with it. Is it not just beautiful? I absolutely love this. Now this was our second one. And I think if I turn it this way, no, I prefer this way. So on this one, I'm going to doodle a little antenna here. And this here will be his head. And I'll give him a little eye here. And I think this is going to be a butterfly. So that's my butterfly's wing there. And oh, there he comes there. Can you see I'm not drawing straight lines. I'm taking my pen loosely and I'm just drawing little squiggles. And that's a doodle. And that we done last week. And I absolutely loved it. And I hope you did too. Can you see I drew a line in there for his body, and up and in and all around the edges I'm going. Can you see for his wing? Is that not beautiful? I'll give little lines on the body. There we go. And I think some nice little swirls here. And the same on this side. There we go. And on this side, I think we'll just have little dots. That one's got a little swirl there. We'll have to give it one there, that it looks similar. And this side here, I think I'll draw some lines. There we go. So now we've got our watercolor. Print. And it's a doodle. Now this could also be a moth or a butterfly. Any insect, whatever you'd like it to be. Can you see I drew a head and antenna? And then I drew stripes on the top wing, little circles and little spots, and there is his body. Can you see how lovely that looks? So we have that one in the autumn shades, and then we have a bright, bright moth with his big eyes, and I've gone around the edges, his wings, and there we have our two watercolor prints. I hope you enjoy doing this as much as I did, and have a blessed weekend. Take care. Bye.